Capitol Hill conservatives are scrambling to defund President Obama's plan to accept thousands of Syrian refugees. One America's Neil W. McCabe spoke with the Texas congressman who is leading that fight and has this report for us.
Republican Congressman Babin wrote a letter to the House GOP leadership demanding that the new catch-all funding bill use the power of the purse to stop President Obama from bringing 10,000 Syrian refugees into the United States.
I want to see Congress have an up or down vote on the refugee program as a whole.
The dentist-turned-congressman said it was what his constituents are upset about.
But over the Thanksgiving break, that is the #1 issue. I was flying back up here to Washington just yesterday, and one of my Democrat colleagues sitting in a seat right in front of me turned around and said, hey, Dr. Babin, a bunch of my constituents want me to get on your letter.
Farhana Kazi, a fellow at the Center for Advanced Studies in Terrorism, told One American News she supports the president's plan, but he has not made his case.
The president hasn't convinced America, and he hasn't even convinced Congress and the Senate that this is a good thing to do.
Kazi said she is confident the vetting process for Syrian refugees is sufficient to keep Americans safe.
I think that we should be mindful of and recognize that we have a very strong program in place. A refugee just can't say, I want to come to America.
Senator James Lankford said he raised his concerns to Secretary of State John Kerry.
I've exchanged letters back and forth with Secretary Kerry already on the issue of the refugees coming in for the past several weeks. With this particular segment of individuals coming in from Syria, it needs to not just be, we don't know anything bad, so they must be okay. It needs to be, we know who they are positively, and we can affirm that.
The current government funding expires December 11th, and more than 70 congressmen have co-signed Congressman Babin's letter calling for Congress to block funding for the president's refugee program. If this block holds, it could mean a government shutdown. Neil W. McCabe, One American News, Washington.